Yeah, you know what time it is, right? It's time for you to get at me. You know where you send your mentions to my Twitter page, at Stephen A. Smith, thinking you gonna get at me, but wondering whether or not I'm gonna get back at you or not. Well, guess what? I am gonna get back at you. So get ready. You know what time it is. First up, Brady, what you got?
Hello, Stephen A. My question is who do you think is gonna win the first round? Denver Nuggets or the Portland Trail Blazers?
Brady, you look like such a sweet kid, and I'm trying to figure out. Your first name's Brady, probably because your mom and daddy, you know, they love Tom Brady. That's probably what this is about, right? That's probably what this is about. Well, anyway, I'm going to answer your question. I'm picking the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, I would pick against them if Jamal Murray were healthy. But the fact that he's not healthy, even though I love me some Michael Porter Jr., and obviously the Joker, Jokic, is big time. I get all of that. I'm looking at Portland's perimeter play. I love the pickup of Norman Powell from Toronto. You know how much I love me Dame time, Damian Lillard, with C.J. McCollum. My boy Carmelo Anthony is there. Covington is there. They hit perimeter shots. They play small ball, but they beat you that way. If Yusuf Nurkic could give you anything, like he gave you in Game 4, they should win this series. I think it'll take 7 games, a 7th game back in Denver, I might add. But I believe in Dame time at that particular moment in time, and I'm predicting that the Portland Trail Blazers are going to win this series in 7 games. Thanks for the question, Brady. Boy, you look adorable. You really do. Next up, Anthony, what's going on?
How you doing, Stephen A? I just wanted to get at you with a question regarding the future of the NBA. With LeBron James being the standard bearer of the company for the past 17 plus years, it's clear that he has more years behind him than he does in front of him. So I just want to know from you, with this new generation showing up, especially in the playoffs, who do you think are the next standard bearers of the NBA, from stats to image? I'm not going to ask you for 5 because I'll let Steven's A-list handle that. I just want to see from you who are the next 2.
Well, I'll tell you something. One of them's already there. The babyface assassin himself, Steph Curry, the greatest shooter God ever created. That babyface, his demeanor, his intelligence, his friendly demeanor that just makes everybody embrace him and what have you, and the fact that he's just a model citizen, is great of a role model as you can get in the world of sports. I definitely think that he's a face in there. Another guy I'm going to give it to is Joel Embiid, a star in this league, a big boy, but guess what? An incredible personality, especially on the court. I know off the court, he's very Shaq-like in terms of him having that affable, playful kind of mentality. But on the court, he talks smack to cats, and then he backs it up. So I'll give credit where credit is due. I think Joel Embiid is going to be one of those signature faces and those leaders in the NBA for years and years to come. And of course, I'm going to throw somebody like Zion there. You know why? Because he's a monster in terms of attacking the basket. He's a high flyer. He's box office. He's a highlight reel. But he also has a beautiful smile and doesn't mind talking to folks. And people see him, and to see that gentle demeanor that he has and how receptive he is to expressing himself and having conversations and stuff like that. All of these things contribute to you being that much more marketable, which a lot of these guys got in the past, even though it doesn't seem like some of them will get it now. But definitely Zion, he's got to be in the mix. Can't ignore the Greek freak either, but definitely those 3 names, Steph, Joel Embiid, Zion Williamson, definitely come to mind. And I'm not going to rule out John Morant with that either, and of course Donovan Mitchell, but you know my 3. Finally, Max, get at me.
All right, Stephen A., what's up, man? Big fan. Being from Philly myself and knowing that you worked in Philly for all those years, how many more years would you give Embiid and Simmons together to win a championship before splitting it up? I say give them some time, especially how good they're looking this year. Go Sixers.
Oh, that's a good question. Because you know what I really want to say? It should be now. With AD hobbled and LeBron older and the Lakers not looking like what they supposed to be, okay, what if they don't make it? You can't beat the Clippers if you Philly. You can't beat Utah. You can't beat Phoenix. You can't beat Portland or Denver in the Eastern Conference. The Nets are just juggernauts to deal with, and they're the prohibitive favorites. They're my favorites but you do play defense, and you do have an unstoppable force in the post, and you got 3 elite defenders in Embiid, Simmons, and Thibault. So guess what? You could potentially make some noise because you also got shooters too. It should be this year. But for the sake of argument, assuming KD, Kyrie, James Harden just do their thing, I would say where the Sixers are now, I give you the next 3 years. This season and the next 2. Max. Within this season and the next 2. These next 3 NBA finals, one of them should be yours. Or you got problems. Because if you don't win in the next 3 years, you might never win it. That's it. That's all I got to say, Max. By the way, your name, Max. I like it because you have the name. Some other Maxes.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.